Today, I'm gonna show you how to take a plain block of tofu and turn it into vegan steak. Let's do it. Hair is up so you know we mean business. Before we make this recipe, I just wanna say, you're not going to be tricking anybody into thinking this is steak, okay? I wanted to create a recipe that was easy, that wasn't too hard to make, wouldn't take very long, didn't require that many ingredients, and would give you something that resembled a steak. When you bite into it, you're going to know it's tofu. You're not tricking anybody. But I think when I prepare tofu like this, I've made like a tofu salmon, I've made tofu chicken, or making a tofu steak. It does give the tofu a different feel, and like you pair it with sides that make it feel like you're eating a steak dinner, you know what I mean? Give it some roast potatoes, mashed potatoes, green beans, that kind of thing, and it makes the tofu feel very special. So I'm excited to share this recipe with you, and I think it's easy enough for, you know, you want to make it on the weekdays, you definitely can, or if you want to save it for the holidays, it's great for that too. We're going to be using a block of extra firm tofu. Not all extra firm tofu is created equally. Some of it is mushier than others, so you do want to make sure you're getting an extra firm tofu that is pretty dense. I'm just dumping the water out real quick. The first thing I'm going to do is we don't really want to press it. We just do want to we're not going to press it with like a press. Do you know what I mean? Like we just want to use our hands to gently squeeze this, like just to start to gently get some of that water out. I'm going to use my knife and just kind of cut and shape this so it's not a perfect square. So I just kind of like round out the edges a little bit, because nothing has to be perfect. And you don't have to do this if you don't want to, if you don't care. But I kind of like it because I think that's what helps give it like a little bit more of an appearance. And I save these pieces. I use them today like in a tofu scramble. So you don't have to throw them out or anything. They're totally fine pieces of tofu. So you kind of want something that looks like a rounded square. Now we'll take our tofu, flip it on its side, and I'm just going to do my best to cut it into thirds, even thirds if I can. Like this. So now you have kind of like 3 tofu steaks. This part right here is optional, but I do like to do it. So I'm just going to take my knife and make little cuts. You won't even really see it, but it kind of just helps the marinade to get in there slightly. I'm only going to do it to one side. And so then you kind of have these little, it's not deep at all, but they help just the marinade a little bit. Now I'm just going to take those tofu slabs one more time and give them another press. And the only reason I didn't use a tofu press is because sometimes the tofu press is rough and it'll break the tofu. Right here I have a nice big dish. We'll use this to marinate. Pomegranate juice. Okay, I discovered this by accident, that this made the perfect steak color because I was testing a tofu salmon recipe. This was months ago, and I was like, oh, I'll use pomegranate juice instead of beet juice, and the pomegranate juice turned it brown instead of like the red that I was going for. So who knew? Pomegranate juice. We're gonna use about 1/3 of a cup, 80 milliliters. You're gonna need some soy sauce. I like low sodium soy sauce. I'm gonna add in 2 teaspoons, 10 grams, 10 milliliters. A1 steak sauce is vegan. I've learned that I don't like A1 steak sauce very much actually, because I never used to like eat my steak with steak sauce. So then we're just adding in like a teaspoon. So then when I started to like try this recipe and I ate the steak sauce on its own, I was like, wait, I don't really think I like steak sauce. So we're putting it in there for a little bit of a steaky flavor, but not too much. And then last but not least, we're gonna use this steak seasoning, Grill Mates steak seasoning. It has salt, black pepper, red pepper, garlic, onion, natural flavors, paprika. So it's kind of like a good all-purpose seasoning. So sprinkle like a teaspoon in there. Give this a nice little mix around. Just kind of need to put them in like this. I kind of like them with different thicknesses because sometimes, you know, sometimes you want a thicker piece of tofu, sometimes you want a thinner piece. What I'll do is I'm just gonna kind of like turn these every, you know, 10, 15 minutes. The longer you let this marinate, the better. You want to let it marinate for about at least 30 minutes, but if you could let it go for an hour, that'd be great. If you could let it go for even longer, that'd be great. This is the kind of recipe that if you want to like even marinate these before you go to work in the morning, you know, and then when you come home, they're already done and get ready to be marinated. And you don't have to like constantly flip them. I just do it because I'm giving them a quicker marinade time, you know. Our tofu steaks are good to be done marinating, so I'm going to show you 2 ways to prepare them. The first way is going to be that we are going to like kind of sear it up in some vegan butter and garlic and rosemary, make it really nice and tasty. The other way will be to first cook it in the pan and then grill it to give it some nice grill marks So there's two ways you could do it. I prefer the in the pan method because it gets a better flavor. I just want to show you what they look like when they're done marinating. So they do take on a nice purpley color, and the marinade gets all in there. So it's pretty cool that the pomegranate juice is able to give us this really awesome color on it. In my pan, I have about 2 teaspoons of oil that I just like get nice and hot. And then I'm just gonna start taking my tofu steaks and putting them in there. I'll sprinkle these with a little bit of seasoning. So I'll do some onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of salt, and some black pepper. I'm just gonna let those cook for about 5 minutes on each side. So these have been cooking now for a few minutes, so I'm just gonna flip them. You can see they're getting some really nice browning in some of those spots. They're looking good. So we're going to now move on to our 2 different methods of preparation. For the first one, we're going to do the garlic butter way. So we're gonna start by chopping up some garlic. Right here I have a sprig of rosemary. I just cleaned it and we'll put that in the pan when we cook everything. There's a lot of gunk in this pan, so I just kind of want to wash that off before we go into the next step. Right here I got a tablespoon and a half of vegan butter. Put that in the pan, let it melt up. And then while that's starting to melt, I'll throw in my chopped up garlic as well. And I'll also throw in the rosemary. So now that I hear some sizzling going on, I'm just going to put my steaks right on top of here. And you're just gonna let this cook over like a medium-low heat. I'm also just gonna take some of our marinade and pour it over top. It'll help just to create more of a sauce, add some flavor. So these steaks are looking pretty good. We got a lot of nice color going on. The garlic is nice and cooked. A lot of that butter has kind of just been absorbed now by the tofu, which is good. It gives it some fattiness. And you can just really cook this as long as you want. It's really up to preference. But for me, this looks like it's about good. So for method number 2, I kind of prefer this way less. So I have my grill here. I'm just gonna wipe it down. I have oil on here. And then you can just place your little steak down. And let it grill and cook. So this has been grilling up for a few minutes. So you can see we're getting some lines. I'm gonna try to carefully lift it up. Just be careful because you don't want it to stick. So we got some lines. I'm gonna do it a diagonal and I'm gonna get lines on the other way going. So here is this steak all done, our grilled steak. So as you can see, we get these really nice grill marks. It definitely is a bit of a less oily way to cook it. We'll have a different flavor, obviously, because we cooked the other ones with the butter and the rosemary and everything. So it will definitely have a different flavor, but this is a great way to do it too, and comes out delicious. I love the grill marks on it. I think it makes it look super good. And then just to compare, this is our one that we cooked in the pan. So you can see we have like a little bit of a sort of a sauce in there because I added in all the marinade. We got the cooked up garlic, we've got the rosemary. So there's definitely different flavors going on in here. So when it comes to plating these up, I would definitely do them both a little bit differently. So for the grilled one, I would probably, do a little bit of black pepper over it. I would just keep it super light and simple and maybe do some microgreens like scattered around the dish and just on the steak a little bit. Really simple, really minimal, because that's how we prepared it, just like a nice, easy little dish. For our other steak, I would put that nice big piece of cooked rosemary right in the plate, of course. I will also add another little sprinkle of black pepper to this, but not too much because this has some of those seasonings on there. Any juice and goodness that is left in the pan, we will get it out and we will pour it over top. Again, simple, minimal, doesn't need to be anything crazy. Steak plating is actually usually pretty simple when you think about it, so something like this I think looks really good. All right, my friends, we finished our steaks. I had to just take some pictures of them, but they look so good. And I really hope you guys can like see that texture. It is amazing. Like this looks meaty. I hope this is focused. When we cut into it, it's going to be white. There's really no way around it. And like I said, the point of this recipe is not to trick people, okay? The second they bite into this, they're gonna know that it's tofu, and obviously cutting into it and seeing that it's white inside. But I think like for the external preparation, for how it looks and everything like that, I think it's great. The flavor I think is so delicious. It has a little bit of smokiness from the A1 sauce. It has a nice umami. Cooking it with that rosemary and that butter really helps, vegan butter. So I think it's delicious. And yeah, I can't believe this is our last fall recipe, guys. I hope you enjoyed the fall season. I put out 10 recipes. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. We covered desserts, we covered soups, stews, pasta. We did a lot of recipes. And you know, we did some bagels, pumpkin spice bagels. I put a lot of work into these recipes, so I really hope you're enjoying them. Let me quickly tell you about what's gonna happen, because I'm sure you're like, oh, we're going to holiday recipes. In case you didn't see, I am skipping holiday recipes this year. I know. The reason for that, I've been doing YouTube and blogging and everything for the last like 6-7 years. So I have a lot of holiday recipes already built up for you guys. And I personally felt that this time of year for me is very busy right now, and I feel like it's very busy and chaotic for a lot of people. So instead of doing holiday recipes in December, you're gonna get 6 very easy, minimal, you know, easy to make recipes just to kind of help get you through the end of the year. In November, I'm gonna put up a few recipe holiday compilation videos of things from years past. So, you know, I'm gonna do it like appetizers, snacks, mains, and desserts. So that way, if you need holiday recipes, you could check them out, because I'm sure you have not seen all of the holiday recipes I've put out since 2017. So I just really wanted to give you guys what I think would be the most helpful. And I think that was, you know, I put some polls out there and people mostly wanted easy recipes. That does not mean that I won't pop in with shorts and some blog posts with holiday recipes, because I do love the holidays and I love holiday photos. So they probably will be coming. They're just not gonna be like dedicated full-length videos. The best way to make sure you just never miss any new content is to be subscribed for my newsletter, because sometimes YouTube doesn't let you know that I posted something. Sometimes Instagram doesn't let you know when I posted stuff. So I wanna make sure that whatever I'm putting out is helpful for you guys and that you're actually seeing it. So thank you for all your love and support on the fall season. See you guys in December.